Joel chapter 2, verses 12 and 13. Yet even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your hearts and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love, and he relents over disaster. What an invitation from God to us. Whenever we sin, whenever we rebel against God's ways, which we're all prone to do, whenever we turn aside from his ways and our thoughts, our desires, our words, our actions, that God would say to us, return to me with all your heart. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and he is merciful and he is slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. Is that not good news? That God, the holy, just, completely pure God over all the universe, against whom we have sinned and we deserve eternal judgment, to know that he is gracious and merciful and slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. Oh, remember that. One, in a way that keeps you from sinning, in a way that keeps me from sinning, to remember that his ways are good, he's gracious and merciful and loving, that we can trust his ways far more than we can trust our own ways. And then when we do foolishly, unwisely sin against God, let's be quick to return. And I would even encourage us, based on Joel 2:12, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, with mourning. I would encourage you, as you struggle with sin, let one of your first impulses be to return to God with fasting, to set aside food for a period of time and to say, God, I don't want this world, even the basic daily necessity of food. I want you more than that. I want to walk with you. I want to be holy more than I want to be full. To set aside food and with weeping and mourning, to mourn over sin, to say, I hate it, God. I want to turn from it. I want to return to you. Return to him with all your heart. Oh God, help us to, one, resist temptation today. We pray that you would keep us from sin in every way by the power of your Spirit in us. And God, if we do turn from you in any way, God, make our spirits sensitive to that in such a way that we are quickly convicted and we quickly return to you by your grace and by your mercy and according to your steadfast love. God, help us to return to you with all our hearts.